I'm Margaret Baiston. I'm the CEO, Executive Director of Laura's House. I began my life doing legal work in England, and when my husband and I moved to California, I decided I wanted to volunteer. I had no idea what Laura's House was at the time, that when I actually came and inquired at Laura's House, I realised very quickly this was something that I could be part of that was so much bigger than me. And that made a huge difference to me. It was very important that I thought I could do something that could really make a difference in the lives of these clients. And that's really powerful stuff. Back when I first started to volunteer for Laura's House, the very first piece of the organisation I was aware of was actually the resale store. The store was run by volunteers before any of the client programs actually began. So the history of our resale stores is very important to Laura's House because we've always had one.
My name is Laura Feld, and I am the volunteer coordinator for the resale stores. And they call me the book lady because I manage the book nooks. The reason that I was so attracted to Laura's House was because of their mission. I have a friend who went through a situation of domestic violence, and she had kids, and it was just a terrible, terrible situation. And so I have a new understanding now and empathy for those victims. We try and keep our volunteers informed as well of what their volunteer hours mean as far as dollars and cents to Laura's House. This is how many kids were able to stay in a shelter because of what you did, and this is how many women got legal services because of what you did.
All of the people here are absolutely wonderful. Even the employees realize they're getting paid, but they really have the program at heart. And as long as seams keep getting ripped and buttons keep getting pulled off, it makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile.
We depend so much on the volunteers to help because we are nonprofit. There's not a big staffing situation, so I want them to know how appreciated they are, how much they're needed, and so that's my goal as a volunteer coordinator.
We have developed our legal department way, way beyond what it was when I joined, and that has always been one of the aspirations I had, was to develop that department to be able to make the biggest impact for our clients.
My name is Jasmine Monterosa. I am a legal advocate and intern / volunteer here at Laura's House. I started in January of this year, but I haven't left. During the summer, I'm volunteering my free time, and this upcoming fall, I'm going to be an intern again as well. As a legal advocate, we help anybody that's going through the process of trying to obtain their restraining order. We'll go to their hearings with them for moral support. We're there for any last-minute questions that they may have. And then the second part of our day is more, we do the referral and offer our services to anybody that's in the process of filing. I have to say it's been a great experience for me. I am glad to have found this internship. It's something that, yes, will always be in my resume, but deep down it's changed me personally, and it's just something that I will always hold dear in my heart.
Laura's House is fortunate to have several third-party fundraising events, and what they really are is where somebody decides they want to do their own kind of event, and Laura's House is the beneficiary of the funds.
I'm Frank Murray III, and I'm the host of Falltacular and benefit of Laura's House. The event for me has become a way to have an aspect of service and to give back. We choose to give back to Laura's House because we believe in why they do what they do. In addition to that, Laura's House gave my wife her start. And after school, my wife spent time there volunteering and earning her hours towards her certification. And so we will always owe Laura's House a great favor for what they did for her, and that's one of the reasons why we do what we do as well. It's the generosity of people who connect into the event and also continue to connect with you after the event that make this so meaningful. We've seen things such as other smaller cadres or groups of people do certain wine things, and Laura's House is the driving reason behind it. So money is raised and it's donated. We found new board members that would come and engage now their time and their volunteering to Laura's House, even separate from Falltacular. It's a labor of love, and I do a lot of the heavy lifting by myself, but over the years I've learned that even through leadership and business that you have to count on others to be successful. You can't do it all. So I do have a volunteer list for the event. A lot of it's just people lending a hand to give back in whatever way they can. There's no shortage of that. The event is really about fun and people getting together and raising money in the spirit of joy. The thing I appreciate about Laura's House is that there's an honesty, there's an integrity, there's a passion, much of the things that I believe about how we ought to live and run our lives. Those same core values, I think, are what are part of the Laura's House culture. So it's a great organization and it's a great group of people.
The Laura's House Guild has been in place for probably about 3 or 4 years now, and what they do is special events for the moms and dads and their children, primarily in our residential programs.
I'm Kathy Wood, and I'm a volunteer for the Laura's House Guild. What the Guild does is it has the opportunity and the unique opportunity to actually work with the families that are in the shelters and the transition homes, where a lot of the other volunteer groups don't necessarily get a chance to do that. And what we do is we make their life, which is a little bit in crisis at the time, a little more fun and a little more normal. For example, we do birthday parties for any woman or any child in the program. Happy birthday to you. I would say the best part of my job is seeing the smiles on the faces of the moms and the kids. And it can be something as simple as just an unexpected birthday party, for example, or having us come give them a little Halloween celebration, and the kids didn't know about it, and so now they're just screaming with delight. That's what brings just so much joy to all of us. I just love doing it. And I would hope, if I were in the situation that these women were in, that there would be somebody like me on a guild to provide the services we provide. It's just a wonderful organization.
Volunteers at Laura's House really are the unsung heroes. Nobody really knows how much work they do, and I think it's important that we highlight the people that put blood, sweat and tears into the organisation. People that come in and help in our office, the people that answer the hotline calls, the volunteers from Home Depot who erect fences, the board of directors. The importance of volunteers to Laura's House is something I can't state strongly enough. They are the backbone of our organisation. I think the level of passion and commitment has always been there. I think you have to have that to be part of something that's such a difficult subject, but the rewards of being able to see the difference that you make is something that lives with you forever.